Hey, and welcome back to my Rug Hook and Talk show. Okay, it's been a while, so like 2 weeks. I don't think I've ever gone this long. So if you're new, my name is Annette, and I'm a rug hooker for over 20 years. And this is my little Rug Hook and Talk show. So all you solo rug hookers out there have a little place to kind of come and just see what I'm working on. And I try to share with new things that are coming out with rug hooking and just all kinds of stuff. So pull up a chair, get your rug hooking going. I've got a nice little cup of hot coffee here. And that's what this is all about, just a little relaxing time, de-stress. Rug hooking should never be stressful. And if it is, then, just backtrack and see what is tripping you up. It could very well be your frame, your backing, the type of strips you're using. Certain backings definitely lend themselves to certain size strips better. So you will learn that as you go along. And just so if you're new and you're just tuning in or you're catching me out of sequence, I just received some news, some very sad news, that Mr. Anderson has passed away this March. Mr. Anderson is the Anderson frame man. He makes all the Anderson frames, which are absolutely beautiful. And as you know, I recently purchased one from him back, I think it was in the early January or sometime after Christmas. It was my Christmas gift. And a very sweet man, and took painstaking hard work and effort to make the most beautiful rug hooking frames. There's not an edge on them that isn't polished and varnished, and absolutely beautiful. He had very good detail and lots of attention to the detail on this beautiful frame. So I just wanted to dedicate today's show to Mr. Anderson, and a big thank you to him for all his hard work, for providing us rug hookers with a great frame. And he will be missed. And if you're lucky enough to have gotten one of his frames, yes, then you have a fine piece of rug hooking equipment. And good for you, good for you. And I just, just very sad for me, because I just felt a very kindred spirit in Mr. Anderson. He called a few times and wanted to know how the frame was doing, and just a sweet old man, and like I said, a big contributor in my world of rug hooking. So I just want to celebrate his life today and his contribution, and so I just want to dedicate the show to him. So, okay, I haven't been here for a while. I've been very busy. We had lots of birthdays, so there's lots of celebrating, and there was more snow. I'm in the Northeast area, and so there was just, my whole yard is full of mud, and so it's lots of cleaning and just keeping up with that. And I do babysit my granddaughter, so I have her 3 days a week, and so I've been busy, but I have been working on my welcome mat, and I'm just very excited because I love this welcome mat. And as you know, if you've gone to the blog, you've seen the progress. And I'm just gonna, let me see if I can take this off and just give you another quick look at it. I don't think there's anything floating around under here now. Okay, so, and I could also give you another peek at my Anderson frame. For those of you who don't know what that is, I will now show it to you. Okay, so this is off. For now, I'll give you a peek of that. Okay, so instead of me moving the camera, I'm going to go ahead and just lift up this frame. It is so lightweight. I mean, there it is, one hand. So this is the Anderson frame. And as you can see, it swivels totally 360. You can tighten the bolt and make it just stationary. And there you go. That's it. It's a beautiful frame, lightweight. It all comes apart if you want to travel with it. And so that's that. And here is the progress. Let's see if you can say. It's coming along. I'll try to give you a close-up view of it. So it's some flowers, and I learned something that in this rug, that I shouldn't have went with. Let's see if I can move this out of the way. I'll scooch a little closer for you. My chair is on wheels, so if you see me like slipping around in it every now and then, that's why. Well, okay. So you see my flowers, And yes, it's against a nice dark background, and so there's a nice little subtle contrast. I didn't want a big bright rug. It's in my living room is in browns and gold and you know, just terracotta, just warm colors. So the blue is definitely something a little different, and I didn't want it to be so super matchy, so I went with the blue. And I gotta be honest, I like it. I don't think I would have done this variegated blue. I like the tone of blue, but maybe I would have just done it in one solid blue and with the variegated leaves. So what I'm saying is it's too variegated for me, but that's okay. It's going on the floor, and I think it's going to be so pretty, and the greens are in it and the leaves. So I'm just trying to give you a few close-ups of it. And so that's what's going on. And there's the lettering. Give you a little close-up. Okay. So I've decided to keep that rust-colored terracotta edging because I think it actually is going to just make the lettering look really good. So I like that color so much I added it in, and I put some of it around the flowers and all that. So I'm just going to get it back on my frame, and that is basically what I'm working on now, is just finishing this up, and I'm really enjoying it because I am eager to put this down. I've got to be careful. Like I said, I have a very old Yorkie, and yeah, so that's a little sticky situation. Maybe take it out when company comes, or just for the spring, try to preserve it a little bit more. Yeah, so let's get it in, and that's basically how that works if you're new to an Andersen frame. And in it goes, and that's it. It's all done. It's nice and firm and taut, and I'm enjoying working on it. And so that's what counts. This is monk's cloth. I'm not a big fan of monk's cloth, but this pattern was drawn on monk's cloth a long time ago, and then I put it away because I was getting neck pain. So I decided to take a break and didn't know what that was about, but it eventually went away. And so I decided to take it back out because I don't like leaving things unfinished. And so I thought it would be good to take it out and work on it because I've always wanted a welcome mat. So that's the story of this. So the background is, I'll try to do some more close-ups, but I think in the one in my blog is definitely shows the different colors of brown. So I'm using a tweed. Let's see if you can see this. It's like a tweed color, and I'm using almost like a reddish brown, a chocolate brown. Let's go with that. That works. And I'm using a plaid. Let's see if you can see that. I'm using like a little plaid color brown here, and there was one more color. Let's see. Oh, here it is. It's like a lighter brown, a lighter taupey brown. Okay, so I've got those four colors in my little box here, and I just pull out. What I did do was, I'm not cooking this totally random. I wanted to outline all of the design except for the lettering. All the design is done in the tweed. Okay, I just wanted a little consistency with that. And so basically that's what the background will look like. And I chose brown because it doesn't show dirt. And since this will be on the floor and it'll be a welcome mat, I'm eager to see how this is going to wear. I don't think I'd ever do a light rug for a welcome mat. I don't think that would make any sense. So, yeah, and sometimes, you might want to do a rug with bright colors or a certain scene, and then you realize, well, wow, this is going on the floor, and that was probably not a good choice. So sometimes a little planning into, obviously, where your rug is going is always a good idea. And most of you probably already know that, you seasoned rug hookers out there. But for new rug hookers, think of where it's going. And, obviously something like by the mantle, like under your fireplace, that's probably not going to get a lot of traffic area. Or if you have like a raised fireplace seat, or I had in my old house in a raised ranch, you could put make the whole platform a beautiful rug there. I don't have that in this house. My it's like a little tiny 1-inch high platform just at the edge of the fireplace. So this would have to, I would make one to actually fit the exact size of it because it's not walked on often. So that I could probably make any color that I wanted to and not worry that it's getting walked on. But my house just doesn't have light colors in it except for the walls. So any dark color works really well with putting a rug on the floor. And like I said, I prefer my rugs on the floor. I just like to look at them on the floor. That's, you know, but every now and then I might do a rug for a cocktail table or an end table. I think those are pretty too. And I think what I'd like to do is work on an oblong rectangular shaped rug for over a dresser that I have in my living room, like a hutch bottom. I guess it would be a buffet style piece of furniture. And a hooked rug over that of a scene I think would look really pretty. Because they are nice. And then you know what? See how it goes from there. And if I like it, if not, move it around to some other spot. That's the beauty of these rugs, is you can liven up any little dull area by just making a cool little hooked rug and putting it down. And there you go. You change the whole attitude of your space by just, change them. Just switch them around, switch them for the seasons, switch them from room to room. It's always so much fun. You get a different feel for your rug in a different room and in a different space and a different setting, and so it almost seems like a whole new rug and a whole new room. So that's kind of cool. So yeah, that's basically where I've been at. So I actually missed taping shows. I felt really like disconnected, so just wanted to share that with you. I don't want you to think I just abandoned you guys out there. So I hope all is well in your rug hooking world. And look what came today. Simply Modern, Contemporary Designs for Hooked Rugs by Deanne Fitzpatrick. And I'm sure many of you, if not all of you, know who Deanne is, and she's in Canada. And I must say, this rug hooking book is beautiful. I didn't think it wouldn't be. I have her other books. I think I have one or two of her other books. I don't have them all, but she did a beautiful job with this book. And aside from the pictures, the text, and her writing, and the stories, and the explanations of everything are wonderful. So if you are trying to see, I got this this is $34.95. I got it off of Amazon. And just the pictures on it are just beautiful. I don't want to show you the inside again because of copyright or whatever, but the pictures are beautiful. The text is beautiful. You will not be disappointed. I can't wait to actually read the whole thing, you know, settle in with a cup of tea at night and just sit and read this book a chapter a night or a few pages each night. It is so beautiful. And she talks about the modern approach to making a primitive rug. I mean, because our hooked rugs are a primitive art. So, you know, you can modernize them by the design. I mean, clearly everybody knows this. Not every rug that is hooked is a primitive rug, even though the art itself is a primitive art. And so that is just so cool that we can bridge two things together and come up with a whole new creation. But so there you go. I'm going to see how many pages is in here. It's quite a nice, let me see if I can show you the thickness of it. There you go. I'll tell you how many pages right now. And there's a nice picture of Deanne. You all know what she looks like because she has a lot of videos out and stuff. So in the back, she gives us some patterns to play with. I mean, if you're kind of just at a loss, some few little patterns to kind of generic things that you can throw around on your rug. Let's see, 135, 136 or 7, about 137 pages, and great reading, and I know you will enjoy this. So run out. Amazon is now shipping them. I ordered this back in, I think, gosh, maybe November, and it wasn't ready to, they just shipped it and it's here today. So go ahead and enjoy that, and I know you will. I know you will. So that is what is going on right now. And so I'm just going to do a little of my hooking. And I just hope you're still enjoying the show. I try to bring you something new each time. Sometimes I don't have something new and I don't want to sit here and kind of bore you by just chit-chatting, but if you don't mind that, then just drop me a line and in the comments section and say you don't mind chit-chat. And I will keep doing maybe a few more than just waiting to always get something and share it with you. I just find that it's more fun to share something new. But what is new all the time is our progress on our rugs. So go ahead and try to hook. You know, the other day I did 5 minutes. I came down here and I did 2 strips. That's what I do. I pull out a strip, and you know what I say? I put like 2 or 3 strips, and I'm like, I'm just going to hook these strips, and then I'm going to go upstairs and do whatever else that needs to be done. But you know what? You just hooked 3 more strips. It's 3 less strips, less to the end. So that's how I look at it. And when you do it, if you approach it like that, or even 1 strip, you don't get bogged down with saying, well, I don't have any time to hook because, you know, I get into it and everything. Well, we could, but it's not going to get finished that way. So you do want to finish it. And you know what? Just take a strip or 2 and say, I'm just going to hook 2 strips and I'll get right back upstairs to whatever. Do preparing dinner or vacuuming or whatever was needed to be done. So, yeah, it's all good. It's all good to just do a little bit of hooking, and that's how it gets done. Like I said, I'm hooking on monk's cloth, and it's not my actual favorite, but I'll tell you what, it's not horrible. It's not absolutely horrible. So, you know, it depends. I think, like I said before, it lends itself to finer strips, but I'm hooking with a pretty wide strip, and they're coming in okay. I have a tendency to overhook. That's just what I do. So I have to kind of be mindful of it and really pay attention and space out my strips a little further so as not to overhook. And you new hookers might be saying, well, what does that have to do with monk's cloth? Well, monk's cloth is very stretchy. Well, just like any backing, but I find monk's cloth gets tight a little bit easier. And it becomes really difficult to pull your loops up through it, and you really are a very unhappy rug hooker at that point. So, you know, there were a few times I'm sitting here like, oh my gosh, I cannot get this hook through. And I'm using it's probably like a Moshimer style hook, you know, at the tip. It's a little bit smaller than a primitive because I tried to get my primitive hook through here, and it was not having a good time. So I decided to go 1 lower, or smaller I should say, and it's perfect. It's going through. Is this like working on my beautiful buttery linen from Michelle Miccarelli? Absolutely not. So that being said, if you are looking for some linen, her linen is mine of choice, and if you buy it in bulk, it's cheaper. And so, you know what, if this is something you're going to pursue for a while, I would absolutely buy it in bulk, and you will have plenty of linen to hook at any time and never feel you're running out, you know. And that's what's happening here. And so I've been seeing that on our group on rughookingdaily.ning. We have our own rug group for those of you who are not part of it or have never been to that website. It spans across the globe, so there's rug hookers from all over the world on that website as members, and it's so much fun to just hear what is going on in other parts of the world with rug hooking and how they approach it, because they do approach it a little differently than we do. And it's just so much fun to see what everybody else is doing. So if you get a chance, check out that website, and I'm sure you will not be disappointed what you find there. Again, it's rughookingdaily.ning, N-I-N-G, and you can sign up and become a fly on the wall if you want. You don't have to be active in the group. We're not going to ask you to do anything or bring refreshments or anything like that, because this is where we meet. We're not a physical group. We are more of a spiritual group. We don't meet in any physical form. So that being said, we meet in spirit only, and so we are just having a good time with that. according to the comments that I get. And I'm so grateful that everybody is enjoying the show and still getting something out of it. And, that's what it's all about. I try to do a new rug and bring something to the show with that rug, whether it's just in designing it or just hooking it with different colors, because some people stick with a certain color scheme in their rugs or a certain style, and sometimes it's really fun to see what somebody else is hooking on, and you get different ideas, and you sometimes learn what you don't like. And so, like with this rug, I'm not liking the variegated flowers, so I don't think I'd ever do that again. I don't know why. Something about it, it's annoying me at this point, but it's okay. I love the rug the total sense of it. I think it's really pretty. But I think I would have liked that the variegation was not as intense as it was with almost white spots in it. Maybe if it was variegated with just like tones of blue as opposed to it going all the way of white, I definitely would have liked it better. So I'm still learning in the dye pot area, what I like and what I don't like. And that's all okay. That's what it's all about. So I'm just going around my leaves now, and I'll tell you, once you do the design, the main design, the hooking goes so quickly after that I almost sometimes get a little bittersweet, like it's going to come to an end, and I really enjoyed working on it. And I think that's what it is with every rug that we work on. We really enjoy it, and it becomes like a little part of your daily routine is to come down and hook. And like I said, try not to let too many days go by. If at all a day goes by, just know it's down there waiting for you, and it's not going to get done, or you're not going to really be able to enjoy the finished product without you finishing it. So it's funny because there's not many aspects about rug hooking that I don't like. And so obviously, every aspect offers something different. There's the designing part, and that's always fun because you can mull over books, or you could just take a flower design and see how much you can expand on that with color, and that's always fun. You could take a geometric if you're not into designing and you don't want to get stressed with that aspect of it. You just go ahead and make a shape. I love diamonds. Those are so much fun because you can just have so many color combinations with a diamond geometric rug, and that, gosh, you could do one for every room, but in different color schemes and different styles, and you can, put them in different directions, and they're so much fun. And it just takes your stress away of having to design something with a lot of detail and everything. It's just a real fun way to hook is a geometric rug, because you just get to choose colors, and that is another aspect of rug hooking. What color am I going to use? And if you really love that aspect of it, then that's a good rug to start with. And, just that whole thing just becomes very pleasurable in the hooking aspect of it, the actual hooking. And then, you have your finishing and the binding. And so each, not many people like that, but I have a hooking method with twill tape that to me is so easy, so I look forward to it. It's very calming. I get to kind of reflect on the rug that I worked on, and everybody finishes their rug a little different. Some rug hookers just fold over their edge, they cut it down to maybe 2 inches, and they fold it in, serge the edge and fold it in and stitch it to the back. And so that's fine too. Whatever works for you, and what you can live with is fine. So don't feel because I do something one way and somebody else does something that you have got to do it that way. I just recommend this way because I love the way the little twill tape comes around the edge, as much as you'd like, because this isn't like an inch. It's like an inch and 3/4 or something like that, 1.5 inches. So you can leave, quite a little edge, or you can totally tuck it under and see none of it. But I like the way it finishes the rug. And so, that being said, I don't have too much time left. So I just wanted to say thanks for continuing to watch the show. I still enjoy doing it. I didn't want you to think I went away. The summertime, I might be taking a hiatus for 2 months. Because I just have so much work with my gardens. I do have lots of garden beds and a granddaughter, so we'll see what goes on with that, but it looks like that might happen. But until that happens, I will keep doing some shows, and you know what? I'm sure we'll be picking up after the summer and back into our winter skiing, but I don't even want to talk about that right now. Ooh, that's scary to even think of next winter's snow. So I think we had enough snow this winter for like 2 winters, and some for some neighbors. I don't know if you'd like some snow. But anyway, so again, thank you for watching. I am so glad you're part of our group. Join the group on rugcookingdaily.ning if you get a chance, and you'll see, I think we have a lot of members. You know what? I should do a head count. Last time I was there, I just was impressed that we've got, I think, 3 more new members this week. So welcome if you're watching right now. Thanks for joining up and adding to the group. Like I said, if you're a fly on the wall, that's fine. You want to ask a question, go for it, because there's always somebody out there who has an answer or a contribution to help you, and we're always there to help. I know I try to get to the questions and see if I can help. So that being said, again, run, don't walk to get the book, because it's great. I'm really enjoying it, and Amazon has it, and you'll get it in like 3 days or something like that. So thank you for watching. Stay well and happy hooking.